All right, go ahead.
Best boy band of all time. Go.
Best boy band of all time. We're talking real or fictitious?
Yes.
Okay. Oh God, I was just talking about it this morning. Because look, we are products of the '90s. So for us, like it started with Backstreet Boys and Sync, and then we moved on to like things like Tokyo Hotel versus the Jonas Brothers, and then we had Busted somewhere in the middle, and then we had The Wanted versus One Direction. So there's like a lot to pick from. I don't know if I have a favorite though. I guess I would say Busted. I think that would be mine.
You
Even though
know
I'm
who any of
not.
these people are?
Oh my God.
No.
I'm looking at Nikki. I'm like, do you know who any of these people that he just listed are?
I knew
You
NSYNC
asked-
and Backstreet Boys.
You asked the question.
Yeah, but I only had like three possible answers. No, four.
What
I
were
guess
your
then.
what were your four possible answers?
I know Backstreet Boys. I know NSYNC. I know One Direction, and I know BTS.
Are BTS a boy band?
Are they a boy band?
Isn't it considered a boy band?
Are they a bunch of boys in a band?
I mean, is Metallica a boy band?
Oh, we're opening up a certain kind of can of worms here, aren't we?
I just want to start with controversy because since this movie has none.
Jesus. Well, okay. Here's a quick question. What's this?
It says they are a South Korean boy band.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, so a quick question. Who made That Way?
I Want It That Way?
Yeah.
That was Backstreet Boys, right? Yeah.
Was it Backstreet Boys?
Yeah.
Okay, then they're the best boy band ever.
All right.
Because Jake Peralta made them into.
If they were referencing Brooklyn Nine-Nine, then they win. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, just for that. Right. Also, it's the best cold open I've ever seen. Remember they're all singing "I Want It That Way." And he's like, he's the one that murdered my brother. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Well,
that is the clip. That is a clip that I show people to make them watch that show. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the best way to put it.
Jesus.
In a nutshell.
All right. I'm sure the comments will be wild on this one.
Well, who's yours?
Mine's NSYNC.
Why?
Because of
Justin Timberlake?
And Justin Timberlake. He has a magical voice.
Look, he's had like 2 good albums and that's it.
He brought Sexy back.
Yeah. That's a good
He indeed brought Sexy back. He also I can't remember any of his other good songs.
Could you mirror his reaction?
Boo. Nick, I'll be better than
Hey.
There you go. I know I can play this game too.
Right.
Speaking of boy bands, let's talk about For Real. It was
Four Town.
Four Town. Okay, it's Four Town.
Which I like that they made that joke about how like, why is it called Four Town? There's 5 of them. Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema.
I'm Eddie.
And I'm Niki.
And
reviewing Turning Red. This is the rollback. That was our intro that we've been doing for over almost 200 episodes. And
we butchered it fucking time.
I was trying to follow this one's lead. So that's on him.
You should know better.
Oh my God. Okay, so Turning Red, the new Pixar movie. Growing up is a beast. 13-year-old May is experiencing the awkwardness of being a teenager with a twist. When she gets too excited, she transforms into a giant red panda. So this is the new Pixar movie. It dropped into our Disney Plus accounts at no extra cost, much to the dismay of one Eddie Luna. And this is the new Pixar movie. We like it. There's a little bit of controversy surrounding it. But you can tell that it's really a really, I think it's a game changer for when it comes to this studio for their past, and we're going to talk about it. So what did y'all think of Turning Red?
Damn. Nikki, you first?
I thought it was fantastic. I was laughing the whole way through. It was either crying or laughing.
I can actually attest to that. She did cry at some parts.
Yeah. And then we just transitioned to what is it? The Atom Project, and I was crying, so it was fun.
Yeah.
Good day.
Yeah, I watched this and the Adam Project at the same time on the same day.
But this was like a feel-good movie.
It was though.
It really was.
It really was. Agree.
God, this movie. I mean, you want to talk about the elephant in the room real quick, or do you want to?
We'll talk about the giant red panda in the room, sure, but yeah.
So there's a lot of people online that feel this film went too far, talking about, and correct me if I'm wrong, like the maxi pads. It's not like gory for womanhood when you first get your period and all this stuff, and like look,
how dare they?
People.
How dare they get upset about healthy communication habits in the household of like a totally normal thing the body does? How dare they?
I think it's weird that people still make it weird.
Yeah,
because it's like it's normal.
It's normal, yeah.
Look to the people who had a lot of cringe or like moments or whatnot, like just disliked it. Look, I understood the awkwardness and the cringe, but also maybe go fuck yourself. Like it's a topic that has to be discussed. It's something that shouldn't we can be adults about this. Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's something that it's not exactly rare that like 1 out of like 1,000 people or like 1 out of 1,000,000 people have this. Like, no, it's a conversation that's had probably daily at this point, like around the world. Like, no, it's just a fucking conversation to be had. And also, if it's awkward for you, maybe go fuck yourself. Like you don't have to watch this movie.
Maybe consider the fact that especially if you have children, which neither of us do, but if you have children, maybe consider the fact that this could be a good leeway into like your kid might see that and be like, what are they talking about? I'll be like, oh, you'll see.
Oh God.
And we'll be prepared for that. It's
what
not
if
just
a warning shot.
No, I think that's a great opener.
Yeah.
For a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, Mom, what is this? Or Dad,
What are those for? Yeah, because like there are two extremes. This movie portrayed it as like, hey, this is gonna happen to you. We're ready. We're gonna be prepared. Like you're gonna have all these options, and this is how we'll deal with it. Or you can have like the complete opposite. Think the opening of the movie Carrie. Like,
oh God, that girl.
Imagine I love this because I just said that, like everyone knows what I'm talking about. Eddie, your face went to like disgust, and Niki went like, yeah, like it went like two complete opposites ends of
I'm not disgusted, like, just like that poor girl. I remember how bad it was. Getting like shit thrown at her, the goddamn locker room.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like,
well, yeah, that part, but the majority, well, like, okay, well, might as well. Let's not make this taboo. The first time I thought I was dying. So I get it. I was right there with her. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I can't relate. I cannot relate at all.
Can't relate either, but I'm glad that this information is out there. And that is, I think, a good thing. I'm a big believer in so one of the most famous movie critics of all time is this guy called Roger Ebert, and he once said very famously, movies are empathy machines. And I feel like even if you don't relate to what a movie is trying to tell you, if it relates to someone, then it's doing a good job. So I'll be honest with y'all, I don't want to dwell a lot on the controversy part. I want to talk about the movie, and I think everyone else does. So I'm glad that we put this out there, but like, if you're coming into this movie with like the belief of this taboo thing, like I don't want to discuss it, I don't want to see that, then just don't engage with it. Don't engage with people who are enjoying it. Don't talk with people who are enjoying it, and don't watch it. But if you are open to a conversation and you are open to like enjoying a good product, then yeah, this is a movie that you should watch. This is a movie that you should show more people. And I have the same, and like I can watch this movie and be like, I was never a teenage girl. I don't relate to this, but I can still find a lot of things that I really, really enjoy. I have the same relationship with this movie called Lady Bird, which is about this teenage girl almost graduating in high school, and she's going to this Catholic school, and she's always fighting with her mom. I was never a teenage girl who went to a Catholic school that's always fighting with her mom, but I relate hardcore to the themes in that movie. So I do believe that like if you don't know if you relate to it, watch it and then form an opinion. Don't do it before watching the movie. So yeah, and
That's
now
a great point, because also, like you said, that you can show your kids eventually,
yeah.
Like, I thought of it first watching it like, oh yeah, this is a good movie to show my kids so we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
It's an
And
open.
even if you don't have a conversation, this is a fucking fun movie. Like
I was laughing the whole way.
There's so much cringe in this movie, and it's like, why?
No, I tell Eddie you have
In a
to
good
embrace
way.
the cringe.
Like
Yeah.
when I say
It's
cringe,
good.
I'm talking like Steve Carell in like The Office cringe of like, oh god, no, these moments. Like
Moments that I think are essential in like teenage years. Like
not all of these moments were essential. Like the moment when the mom went to go confront like the cashier.
the cashier. Yeah.
I had my head on the couch. I couldn't watch. Nikki was like, don't you fucking dare. Like embarrassed for, is it Ming Ming?
May.
Maylee.
Sure.
Really?
Be racist.
No. Isn't
I'm
that
kidding,
what her
I'm
mom
kidding,
calls
I'm
her?
kidding.
Mei or something like that?
No, she's
Something like that.
the mom is Ming.
No, but doesn't the mom call her Mei?
She calls her May. Yeah.
Yeah,
May.
right.
Yeah.
See, I'm not racist. I'm calling her what her
kidding.
mom called her.
Can you cut that out?
No, that's part
Yes,
of
cut
this.
it. No, yeah, I agree. There are some things that like there are something that I didn't notice until like way later in the movie is that it takes place in 2002, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that made me understand like a lot of like, oh, why are they using flip phones? Why, why are they doing like all these odd jobs? Why is school like this? And yeah, no, it's definitely a movie that, it's a lot of things. It's a story about this girl growing up into her teenage years. It's about her relationship with her mom. It's about Toronto. It's about loving something so much at that time, at that age, where like it feels like the only thing that is happening. And I could totally dig it, man. Like it was a fun experience to like go back and like relive like the things that I could relate to it. I was also like the kid that was in the corner just making drawings. Like I could relate to that part. I like her wacky group of friends. I like her family. I like her dad. The dad was a blast, even for how little he was in the movie. The city and everything just feels alive, so colorful. Like a couple of years ago, we talked about Soul. And that was like the most realistic looking Pixar movie so far. And that got me excited because I could like how they made it look realistic so it could feel realistic. And this one took like an opposite approach where like it looks more cartoony, but the animation didn't lose how sharp it was. It looks amazing, but this one looks more inspired on like 90s cartoons and 90s anime. Like I could see a little bit of Sailor Moon, Rama 1.5, a little bit of that thrown in there, especially with the character designs. And I love this world. I would love to see like shorts or something else like based on this because it was such a cute imaginative world.
This whole idea that this family is affected by this giant red panda that was used to protect their others, and now it's like I love the fact that they view it as a curse, but like she's like, no, I kind of like it. Like I get y'all want to toss it away, but maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want to use this.
Makes me something, gives me something,
And I love how they do it visually as well, not just with her feeling it, but also like her red hair. I was like, I like that. Like that's a great little detail there.
Yeah. There's a lot going on here. Go ahead.
Miriam too. I related with her because when I was a kid, I was more of a tomboy kind of thing. And I was like, oh, we dress the same with the watches and the checkered shirt and with the beanie. It was great.
Oh, the friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, her group of friends was so.
They were the best.
They were too good though. Those friends only exist when you're a kid.
Oh wow! Ouch.
Ouch. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Hey, hold on.
It's a little early, but okay. God.
So
I'm kidding.
I just want to say real quick, man. I just gonna be honest with you. I stand behind that statement.
All right. It's fine.
JK, love y'all. So
No, but I get where you're coming from. That the wants and needs of like a friend group are way more pure at that age. Yeah, you see each other every day. You know, you talk about things that like you probably don't share with anyone else, and also like it's a hard thing to say, but like your responsibilities are less impactful. It's more important to think like they can have like all these thoughts going into like I need to see this band or I'm gonna die. That's yeah, because that's how they feel. A lot of people on Twitter and like online were saying like, oh, this dialogue is so unrealistic, and like there's a part where like they're saying they're gonna go to the concert, and May goes, "You guys go, y'all go and become women at that concert," and I went like, "No, that's not unrealistic. Like that's totally a thing that
That's
a
pretty on
13
fucking point.
related so hard.
would say." Yeah, like that's exactly what a 13-year-old would say. Because at that moment, that's like all you care about. And that's good. It would be bad if you were caring about, taxes.
Oh, that'd be sad.
Oh god,
It would be sad. Yeah.
I love how they were like, we only need $200. I'm like, did they think about the taxes? Because that's like an extra $100 right there.
Well, for me, I was like, 200's a lot.
Even right now, that's a $315 ticket.
With like inflation?
Yeah.
Shit.
Right.
But that was per ticket or for everyone?
Per ticket. No, it was $200 per.
It was per ticket.
Those girls showed out $1,200 for 4 tickets.
Oh, no. But remember, it's Toronto, so it's Canadian dollars.
Does that really make a difference?
I mean, like 15 American dollars is like 19 Canadian dollars. So
it's slightly cheaper then.
I mean, it's cheaper if you compare it to like where y'all are at.
Flips table.
Also, it was 2002. Like, less people were looking at your money.
Hey, Chema.
Yeah.
How old were they? Do you know?
13?
13?
13, 14, I think.
Okay, I thought like 11, 12 for some reason.
No, I was thinking like 13. I think.
I said 13, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love how May had it all fucking together right before the whole Red Panda transformation thing. Like, think about it. She's what? The best is a saxophone player?
Was it a clarinet? I don't remember.
She's the best at that, right? She's in like all these teams. She's helping to run this museum. She has friends. She's smart. The teachers love her. Like everything is like perfect. And then this happens, and she gets a very stiff kick in the ass.
So she was basically Amy Santiago. Is what you're saying?
Yes, she was very much a young Amy Santiago until she gets Jake Peralta.
Yeah. Yeah. So we see like this, growing up and everything. And when the movie starts and we see this opening narration of her going like, I only exist to please my parents. Like the psych major in my head was just like,
red flag.
Red flag. No, stop. Like, sweet summer child, I have to save you from this. Like, no. But then again, you do hear about this. Like at some point we all went to school with a person like this, I think.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit awkward because all they knew is just, school and work and classes and parents and yeah. And I was somewhere in the middle. Like I was never the most I wasn't the most like extroverted kid, but I also wasn't the most studious. I was somewhere in the middle. And then it wasn't until like high school where like I really opened up, and then college as well. But the experience, is gonna hit everyone different. There is one conversation that I felt like was stupidly accurate, and that's when they go see the cashier like from the outside, and they're like, "Oh my God, look at him! He looks like a hobo, a hot hobo." Like that I swear I heard that. Like I was not in the conversation, but I heard that like at some point growing up. Like that exact same line.
Oh, so you heard a hot hobo? That's really specific.
It's very specific, but like you see like someone working somewhere and they're like, oh my God, he's older. Like I've heard this conversation. I didn't have this conversation, but like I've heard it.
I remember those conversations. My sisters always had their friends over and they were always chatting about guys and stuff, but like the seniors and all that shit.
The seniors?
Because they were freshmen.
Oh. Yeah. Also, like, I know what that's like. Like, I remember being in, like, middle school or junior high and thinking that, like, people in high school were like adults.
They
And
have their shit together. They have jobs.
Yeah,
cars.
and then you're a high schooler, and you're like, this is horrible.
This sucks.
Yeah, like this all sucks. Like, who are these people? What is happening? Yeah. So things about that in the movie, I think, are portrayed really well. And like I said, it took me a while to realize that is it too early to call the early 2000s period pieces, like, or is that insulting?
Well, that's why they did it. It's not a period piece, right?
Well, I'm sure. Well, because think about it, the women that grew up at that time, they have daughters around the age of May. They're gonna be kind of in the positions of the mom of like, oh shit, like I'm going to this phase. Pixar's good at that. Like Toy Story,
like complex family dynamics.
No, not just complex family dynamics, but the timing of it. Like, think about it. This film, era-wise, technically takes place in 2002 or so. Moms right now can be like watching and like, oh my God, I remember when I had Tamagotchis. I remember screaming about, NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, the boy band shit. And then they're probably around the age where maybe they have daughters that are about to hit, that part of their life. Pixar's good at hitting those points, those time period points.
Yeah, they don't really miss on that. And like I like when they can do, for example, Toy Story could really take place at any time. It's not set in a specific time. Maybe more in the past, that since kids don't really have toys anymore. But it is it does work at any time. And I think this movie does as well. I am just starting to feel like, oh my God, they're seeing the early 2000s as like a period piece now. It's funny when we do it to the 80s, but now when they do it to like our early 2000s.
Yeah, now it's hitting us, huh?
I was like, fuck, we're getting there.
Yeah, because like if you watch it, because like I watched Stranger Things with like my parents, and they were like, "Oh my God, like those were us! Like we used to go biking everywhere. It was like we used to do Walkmans everywhere." And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I never even had a Tamagotchi growing up." Wow. Like, yeah, I didn't live. I would have been too anxious.
Those were a pain in the butt. You had to watch them
it.
like every 20 minutes.
I remember during the film, it's funny now watching all these interactions. I told Chema once, watching the scene from Shrek 2, where Shrek and Fiona are sitting down with the king and the queen and the in-laws and everything. I'm like, this scene is so much funnier once you're married because you get the dynamic a little more. And I'm watching this as the scene where Mei's mom is dealing with her own mother, like the grandma, and like their interaction of the mom, like, no, not her. Hey, mom, how are you?
Mingley's mom.
Yeah, Mingley's mom. Yes, I loved it. Like, I thought that shit was some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen in my life.
I thought the funniest part of the movie to me is like that one scene where she's like complaining about, oh, why can't I relate to my daughter? Like, what's happening? And then the dad just picks up the phone and is like, it's your mom. Tell her I'm not here. Like,
that was perfect.
Yeah.
And she's just terrified of her. Like, hey, mom, how are you?
And both Eddie and I freaked out during the movie because they were like, oh man, it's the mom. It's the mom's mom.
When I saw the scar, I was like, oh, some shit went down.
And then she like shows up with like the ants, and they're like doing this formation into the temple, and it was funny, man. And like
the passive aggressive, like all throughout, it was like,
yeah, it
love
was like
family, huh?
But they're so over the top. I get it, it's a kids movie, but they're fucking over the top with this whole like formation. Like when they break into aura and like toss some things, turn into red pandas, and like,
it was great. It was so like,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm like, oh God, okay, we're in this part. Let's go.
It's funny to me because it looks heavily inspired by anime, and that's my shit. So
it was.
So it fits the aesthetic. It fits on what they're trying to say, and I think it balances out both those fantastical elements with the family drama, and Encanto just did the same thing where they balanced like good family drama with like this fantastical element. And if you take this Encanto, Luca, you can see that there's a lot of references, or like at least inspiration taken from Ghibli movies or from anime movies, and I like that redirection that Pixar is taking. I also got a little bit burned out with sequel mania, with like all the sequels they did to Cars and The Incredibles and all that. So I like that they're taking like all this risk and taking new ideas that, you know, may stick or may not stick, but you know, they've been nothing but hits. So I think it's wonderful. I think it's been working. It has been a little draining too, having to watch Encanto and then this back to back and being like, oh my God, everyone with like family trauma is like
making movies now.
Not only is it making, they're making movies now, but there people that are watching them are like, oh my God, this is for us. Yay. Yeah, I can relate. Yeah. And much like with Encanto, you know, it's also you can also tell it's fiction because it ends with like the older family members apologizing for their mistakes.
I know, that's what I said. Okay, real quick. That was the one flaw of that movie. I was like, there was no way she was gonna apologize. There was no way. It's silence, and then you just forget about it because somehow it's still your
because
fault.
Grandma's never wrong.
Grandma's never wrong.
Grandma's never fucking wrong.
Yeah, and then that's like another detail that's also like another detail that I didn't really like, that like the grandma is in Los Angeles, I think. They're in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we go back, if we see that like May's mom, Mingling, she's in Toronto, so she could be considered like second generation, because like she's going there, and then also like her daughter is like born and raised there. So like if we go back, we can almost see like that her mom probably went through the same experience where like she grew up in a place that was not fully hers and decided to leave home, in the same way that like May's growing up with her mom and is probably going to leave home. Which I like that they touched on that. They said when May's talking with her dad, and the dad goes like, yeah, of course your mom also exploded like with the panda at some point. It's like, why? It's like, because of me, because your mom wanted me and your grandma didn't want me. So like, you know, that became like a whole thing. So I don't know what it's like to be married and having, you know, in-laws, but it was probably, it probably doesn't look too, you know, unfamiliar to that.
No, I was welcomed. Niki's giving. No, I was welcomed with open arms.
Yeah, for what was it? 7 years? You saw just silence. Was it?
No, I was welcomed with open arms. Chema, fuck you. I'm a goddamn treasure.
Shut up, Chema.
All right. We can just cut that out.
No. I'm keeping it. No,
why did you give me ammo then? Like, why would you tell me that?
What else?
Yeah.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. I was just like, oh man. But our parents don't watch this, so it's fine.
Watch next Sunday. Nicole, I heard something you said.
Oh my gosh.
Like, Jesus.
Dito, what just happened?
Oh God, no.
Your friend Chema, besides being an alcoholic, is also, you know.
I will tell my mom the story, I swear. No, okay, so I was gonna say something like a joke.
Sorry, real quick.
Go.
I wanted to ask. So they figured out how to break the curse with Ming, right?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that she started off with red hair when she was a kid and then had red hair until she was adult with the husband, right? So they didn't figure out the panda curse till the mom.
Maybe she was a late bloomer.
But
in more than one sense.
No, but what I'm curious is, how did they figure it out? You know what I mean? Like, it didn't start with the grandma. If they figured it out with the mom.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Because the dad said that he got to see the panda one time.
Yeah.
And it was when they got into that huge argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm guessing, or maybe she had it like controlled, and maybe it just broke out and like escaped in that moment. Because like, if you'll realize, her panda is like 5 times bigger than like all the other ones.
It's like 100 times bigger.
Okay, yeah, like 100 times bigger. Yeah. Yeah, it was like seeing, I don't know, the 2010s Godzilla fighting against like small King Kong, like from like the 90s. Like, the sizes just don't compare. Yeah.
Well, in the moment of that scene when they were like, aren't you gonna get grounded? What's my mom gonna do? And then all you hear is the stomp, the boom, and you see the red eyes and like the dark figure. And this is, I'm like,
and we're like, oh
Squirt full Godzilla on their ass. That actually leads in. I was gonna make a joke like the most unrealistic thing about this movie is that the fact that they didn't carpet bomb her the second she came out, the instant fighter jets. But then I'm like, wait, it's Canada. They don't.
It's Canada.
Yeah, they'll try to talk it down first.
Yeah, they're gonna.
It's a sacred red panda.
Yeah.
If anything, that's a blessing.
We can work this out, eh?
Yeah.
We got plenty of syrups for you.
Yeah, they won't find that offensive at all.
I'm kidding. Canadian fans.
I'm kidding. Canadians don't get offended. Honestly, they're just happy to be in the joke.
And we're happy to have you in the joke.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know what a Canadian standoff is?
Is it like a Mexican standoff, but like different?
Yes, it's more polite.
Oh.
So a Mexican standoff is when like three people, like if there's three people and they're all pointing guns at each other, right? That's
like in The Office.
Yeah. So a Canadian standoff is when someone holds open the door, but the other person says that they go first. It's like, no, you go first. No, you go first.
Oh my God.
That's a Canadian standoff.
Oh my God. All right.
Y'all are too
wonderful. Wonderful. All right.
So getting back to the animated film about a girl. Okay.
So there's like a small detail that I really like. So I've actually done a bit of research on red pandas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they just seem like nice
and adorable.
In the words of the creator of Kirby, he's shaped like a friend, and that's how I feel about red pandas. They're shaped like friends, and apparently when they get surprised, they do that thing where like they just raise their arms like this. So, and she does that during the movie. Like she gets surprised that she like as a panda, she just goes up. It's great. It's wonderful.
I did not notice that detail.
Also, they studied it.
What's that?
Like they actually studied red pandas.
Yeah, like you can tell that they researched it. Like if you look up red panda surprise, like you probably see like pictures of them just doing that in real life.
How big do red pandas get?
Apparently, really big.
Can we own one?
No.
Why not?
It's
because
against the law.
Okay, is it illegal to own a red panda?
Yes.
I want to see sure that it is.
Yes, let's just assume yes.
I'm gonna say
Ace and Biscuit could use another friend.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So anyway, that was cool. Small little cute detail on that. Yeah. What's up?
I'm sorry, I love the scene when the mom destroys the dome. Is like, go home to your parents, and then Maid's a fighter is like shaking, like, look at me, gyrates, and she's like, no, stop it.
Yeah, her whole standoff with her mom was hilarious. And then I was like, wow, yeah, I could do that. I can relate.
You'll get smacked before if you try to do that.
Oh my God.
What is called the chancla.
Oh my God.
She was gyrating in front of her mom. I was like, put that away. And then I was like, man, I'm too old.
and then somehow Fort Town helps to save the day with their singing.
That was awesome. I like that they kind of existed in this ethereal way. Like they showed up and they just started floating and like and also like
things prepared.
Yeah, and then two details from that concert scene. One, I like that the guy who keeps pulling them is there. Like that was funny.
Oh, you see him in the back pulling them?
Yeah, like not only him, but like the cashier is also there. Like the cashier guy is there as well.
I did not see that part.
It was like a small detail, like he's in the background, but he's there. So it's funny that like he's just this random cashier guy. He's also like a fan of this band. Like it was funny, yeah.
Also I could see how this movie portrays kids accurately because I hate to say this. The more I think about it, the more I can remember being a kid and being a little dumbass and thinking that, oh, this is how it'll play out. They'll see me and they'll love me forever. Like
that is what kids think.
Exactly.
That is like incredibly accurate, and it's wonderful that like one I get to see this and like think of this like nostalgic memories of like how we were cringe when we were kids, but also like kids get to see themselves portrayed in that light in a good way, because as Niki said, and as Elton John said, and as a lot of very wise people have said, you have to kill the part of you that is cringe, not the part that cringes. So
Elton John said that.
Something along those lines. Like you have to kill the person you were to be the person you're supposed to be. But like it works with cringe as well.
I like that.
So,
I like that.
It's like you evolved.
yeah, accept it and you'll just be happy because there is nothing that I dislike more than like, people that are too good for something. So yeah.
Yeah, because it's
This
like
movie
give it a
accepts
try.
that. Yeah,
Let your
this movie
senses go
accepts that.
wild. Well, honestly, because it's like
Those kids
that's
were
why
going
you
feral.
see scary movies, right?
Okay.
So that you're like surprised and get
Yeah,
that
you get to
jump.
feel something.
You
Yeah.
feel something. So the same with the cringe. You're feeling something.
Yeah. Accept the part of you that is cringe, not the part that cringes. So yeah.
Woo! Good.
Whoa.
Well put.
So, real quick question: are there any negatives you want to talk about? I have one negative about this movie.
Oh God, if I could like, I don't really know. I liked it. It was not too long and it's fine. Like it exists as I like that it's a product that exists. I don't really have criticisms for it. I wish I could talk about the movie without having to talk about the controversy that sadly surrounds it. That's like the only part that I'm disliking about this process of this movie. But other than that, nah, it's a home run. I love it. Yeah. You
Sure.
got criticism?
I agree. I loved it. Well, I had a problem with Tyler,
Which one's Tyler? The
The-
little shit.
Bully?
the little bully.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
that kid.
And then it was like, why are you forgiving him?
Because they're kids.
I know, but okay, my hatred runs deep. But now
That's
that
true.
I'm an adult, okay, as a kid, that's fair. You know what? Never mind. That relates because
You got that
kinda
from
just
him.
have to be
You
like-
got that from
For me,
man,
Yeah.
see, he rubs off on me. It's not good.
because we were discussing this like literally last week where I'm like, oh, it's fine. They can just live their life. And you were like, nah, I agree with him. Fuck them. Like,
fuck them.
like,
They shouldn't have did you dirty.
Damn.
Oh, fuck was I gonna say?
Oh, but he got a friendship bracelet at the end. Did you notice that?
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, they all had friendship bracelets throughout, which they never took off. And then Tyler gets a friendship bracelet at the end, which was kind of cool.
No,
Yeah.
I see that. I did not notice.
Yeah, it was nice.
I have one con of this movie.
All right.
It should have been. It should have been a Bride. It should have been a main event. It should have been in theaters. Should have been a theater exclusive.
Oh,
That's my only
I
negative.
get. All right, we're gonna have this conversation.
No, we're
Okay.
not. No, we're not. I'm
I
just.
We're not. Okay.
No, I'm not. We're
Okay.
not. We're not. I'm just gonna say this. I wish it had been like more in theaters. Like I get it's more accessible on Disney Plus, but
Yeah.
I think kids would have been like watching like all these great scenes on the big screen. Like if I have one negative, it's just that I didn't have a big enough screen for it. Like that's my negative.
All right. Okay.
Is that fair? That's a fair complaint.
That's a fair. That's a fair thing.
That's
Okay.
a fair
It's a
Eddie
fair-
complaint. Yes.
Thank you.
It
Thank
is.
you.
It is. It is a good view level.
I don't want to. I don't want to appear to be favoritism because it's a Pixar film. I have to complain about something. So
Okay.
my screen
Yeah.
wasn't big enough for this movie.
It's a very self-centered complaint, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
You know who you know who you married.
It's valid to like a certain point because like for example, I watched 1917.
Mhm.
I watched that movie on an IMAX screen, and I have purposefully never seen it again because that experience was incredible just by itself.
Yeah.
And so I can understand like you love Pixar movies, so of course you want to see them in like the way they're quote unquote supposed to be seen on like a big screen on like comfy chair with like a big old plate of nachos on the left. So I understand that feel. Let me ask you, if this was re-released on theaters, would you go watch it?
I'd be down to go watch it. I'd be down to go watch
No.
it with like
Okay.
make a whole family thing of it.
Okay. If we had kids, yeah, like
Okay.
that'd be a thing for me. But I love that it was on the TV because I felt like the picture alone, it was like you're looking at everything.
Yeah.
Like
Also, you can pause it and
it
like,
overcome, and you
Yeah.
can get your own snacks. You could have a movie night. You can make food, but this is the adult in me talking again. I'm like, it's cost efficient to have it at home.
I don't disagree. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I
don't
don't
like-
disagree.
you could bring
I
your
liked it like
blanket.
that too.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because like for example, when Dune came out, part of me was like, I really want to see this in theaters, and then like it came out, and I was like, nah, in my bed. I can pause it every like hour or so, and I can just like
You can fall asleep watching Dune. Shit, that's a great lullaby.
I believe that's how you enjoy Dune. You fall asleep to it. But like for example, when I saw the Zack Snyder Justice League, I was watching it like in bed, and then I paused it to like go get some snacks, and I was only like 2 hours in, and I was like, this feels like it just started. It doesn't feel like but it's good that I can pause it and like leave, because I probably wouldn't have sat down in the theater to watch like that 4-hour beast.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true, because that would be hard to, unless you have like an intermission to get snacks.
Bring back intermissions to theaters, please. Like, yes. I fucking love intermissions. Like when I was a kid, I saw Toy Story 2 in the theaters, and I had an intermission. I remember thinking like, this is awesome. Like I'm a kid, and this was awesome.
Have you ever seen the Muppets movie?
The first one with Jason Segel?
No.
Oh, the original?
Like way back, yeah.
Oh.
And they had intermissions within the video. They were like, this is an intermission. Oh, I hope you're getting snacks or something like that. And then like 10 minutes of it go by and you're getting food and all that. That's pretty cool.
Huh.
That's I love the Muppets, and I've never sat down to watch it. It's all on Disney Plus, so I might do, but yeah,
it's actually kind of
it'd be worth it.
That's kind of cute.
Freaking love the Muppets. By the way, I wanna start my campaign to have the Muppets host the Oscars, because that would be like the best day of my life if that happens. So just want to put it out there in the universe. Yeah. So no.
Here first.
I said it here first. Okay, so that's anything else we want to add before closing thoughts?
Nothing. Great film. I'm impressed that Pixar can continue to make films that, I don't want to say confront hard issues, but more like talk about things that make, I guess, open up lines of communication. I want to commend them for that. Like that's not easy.
I agree.
So no, like, in the same sense of like, was it Inside Out? In that same sense.
Yeah.
So no, this movie is an A for me. Like 2 thumbs up, an A. I mean, good.
Yeah. Mine is also 2 thumbs up. I guess my only qualm was like, I was like, really with the dad, because I was hoping he'd get more involved early on. But he says his 2 cents at the end, and I was like, wow, now he's the hero or whatever. Like, okay, Dad.
He could have been more involved from the start. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was still 2 thumbs up, and it's a good thing that he talked with her. At least it was like an open, like she felt she had somebody in her corner,
Yeah.
So May, very relatable character, and I loved it.
Nice. It's a home run for me. It's a 9 out of 10. The animation is colorful and popping and wonderful, and the characters are funny and really relatable, and I like that it captures a very specific point in time. The fun fact that the movie's working title was My Neighbor Toronto, and I fucking love that. Love that. If you watch this movie and you enjoy it, there's Disney released a documentary of how they made it, also on Disney Plus. It's called Embrace the Red Panda, and it's wonderful. It's great to see, like, it's awesome to see like how they work and how they operate, and it's always great to see like exactly how Pixar just makes it every single time. Loved it, no complaints. It's always good. You know me, I love animated movies, so this was great to me. Yeah,
wonderful.
But yeah, so that's closing thoughts. It's a home run. Go watch it. If you're on the fence because of the subject matter, watch it and then have an opinion on it, because it's really light on it. It really is.
Yeah,
it's overblown. That controversy is overblown and stupid. People are going to look for something wrong with everything.
It is. And Pixar, they're going to have their hands busy. They're going to release this, and then they're going to release the Lightyear movie later this year, which will be theaters only. So, if you want to like go and support that, well, that will be that when that happens. But yeah, so that will be it for this week. Sorry for the late episode, but we were busy doing things. We're adulting. And yeah, next week, what are we doing next week?
You want to do the Adam Project, or do you think you can do the animated countdown?
Ooh,
I leave that ball to you, sir.
Oh shit! What if we do the animated thing after next week? Because next week are the Oscars, and I was thinking we could do like a little pre-show on that.
No, all right, we'll do that then.
Yeah, on like what we've seen, what we think could win, and all that. And I can watch the Adam Project, and we can discuss it. Today I saw the new Cheaper by the Dozen movie. That
we did too last night.
What do y'all think,
I thought it was good.
Eddie?
I felt that, Chema.
Oh god, no, because like honestly, my thoughts were like, because like I saw a lot of really negative things, and then I watched it and I was like, fuck y'all, this was cute. Like this was cute. Like
I thought you meant the opposite.
I thought
it was cute. Like, by the end,
I was yelling.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys think I was yelling at the kids, like when they're bitching at the dad. I paused it. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you not want braces? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not want to be able to go to college where this is the opportunity for me to be able to do that for you? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need a specialty vehicle? Like, shut up. Your dad is trying to provide a good life for you guys. Shut up.
Yeah, they're kids. They don't care about that. Okay. Honestly, like I didn't care a lot about the kids in the movie. I honestly, my favorite thing was like the parents, like I really liked their chemistry. I thought they were really funny.
They did have chemistry now that you think about it.
And then the exes, which was funny too.
Like, the exes were funny too. They're like still a part of their lives. Okay.
That made me uncomfortable.
Really? I thought it was
no, like joking, like I found a deep person.
All right, sounds like you need to work on some internal, monologuing thing.
Another part
yeah. No, I liked it. It was cute. It's definitely a movie for like the Gen Z kids. Because like I don't know if like that's how a dad's supposed to be now or a mom. I don't know. I don't have children. And yeah.
You can't think too much of it. Like you just gotta enjoy it.
It's harmless. It's a harmless little flick.
It was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a harmless little movie.
All the Cheaper by the Dozen, it's like, watch it. It's a feel good, it teaches you something, and it's about family. And
family.
Family. If Vin Diesel saws anything, family.
All right, so you got an extra little Cheaper by the Dozen 2022 review at the end of the show. Thank you for watching. That is your little reward. It's a twofer. That got me the next two. All right, so that will do it for this episode. Thank you for joining us. My name was Chema.
I've been Eddie.
And I'm Niki.
And this
was the
rollback.
With a reminder.
With a reminder to talk to your fucking kids. Just please, just tell them, like, they're growing up. Don't neglect them. You had them on purpose, I assume. You might as well take care of them,
So we all need counseling. That's what we got out of this episode.
Chema, is there some shit you want to talk about?
No, I just, I took a class in college called Lifespan, and I see like the psychology of how a kid grows up to be an adult, and like I have thoughts on this. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God.
So yeah. All right.
Oh, bye everybody.